All right, this video is explaining the time management assignment. First page you're going to see is just a couple tips on how to manage your time appropriately, and then a couple things that often destroy our plans. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty of the assignment. So this is all the instructions. A video will be posted here to explain how to do it if you need it. But your task is to fill in this week-long calendar with everything that you have going on for the next 7 days. In this instance, September 2nd through the 8th. It's really important for you to know what you have going on in your life so you can prioritize and then also get the most important things done. It's also important to plan time for yourself because it's very easy, especially in times like today, to burn yourself out. So you should not need to write a 24-hour schedule every week all the time, but we're doing it this time because writing down a general day-to-day of what we got going on can be helpful, both reminding you what you need to do and keeping you on track. This is going to be a really good illustration of what you have going on and really how many things you have going on. And hopefully this can help you think about some different things that not only you'll have coming up, but how to just make your schedule and life a little easier and better. So some of the things that you're going to be probably including in your schedule for this week: school, obviously, work, perhaps, travel, depends on how you're doing things, volunteering maybe, appointments you have, sleeping, I hope, socializing and leisure, so time with friends, watching TV, any stuff like that. I really hope you get some time for that. Other responsibilities, helping out your family, babysitting, mowing the lawn, dishes, laundry. I mean, there's a million different things that go into that. So your rules for this assignment: you have to do everything on the list and it has to be done on time. So kind of an ideal schedule. You should be looking at all these things, and if you have to do it, it needs to be in your schedule. If the event is at a specific time and or day, then it must be done at that time. So, for example, if you're going to school Wednesday and Thursday from 8 to 12:25, that needs to be on there. It needs to be specifically put in those times. 3, something that I think a lot of us overlook: you need to schedule time to sleep and eat. I know you usually don't schedule it. It's just you have regular times. But for this assignment, you're writing down when you're sleeping, when you're eating. If you only eat 2 meals a day, you put those in. Whatever the case may be, tailor it to you and your life. Write down all the things you anticipate this week. Remember to include when to do assignments as well. So for our class, the way it's currently set up, everything's due Sunday. When are you going to be getting some assignments done? Remember, complete the reflection on the last page of this assignment. So in a minute, you're going to see all the schedule pages. They're going to look the same. But don't forget that there is a reflection at the very end of the assignment, the last page. So do not just go through some of the schedule stuff and then skip that at the end. Please submit it to Classroom when you are finished, and the schedules begin on the next page. So you literally have hour increments for every day for the next 7 days. Now, I know that can get a little monotonous, so if you're sleeping from 1 to 7, you can just delete these if you want, and then put 1 to 7, and then just be like sleeping, okay? So if you want to shorten things out because you're doing something for more than 1 hour, that's totally okay. Or if you just want to type sleeping into each hour that you're sleeping, that's fine too. But we just want to make sure all hours of every day for the next 7 days are accounted for. I know it seems like a lot, seems very picky, but it's going to relate to the questions that you see at the end. So that's the first day, second day, third day, fourth. That's the weekend, so that might be a little more different, out of your routine. Sunday, our sixth day, and then our last day. In this case, it's a Tuesday. So you're filling everything out. You're not quite done yet. Hopefully that's the easy part. You should know a lot of things that you got going on. Go to the next page to finish the reflection for this assignment. For the reflection, you have 8 questions, and you are just answering them based off of what you wrote in your schedules above. So what took up a lot of the time? That's why it's important that we're putting something for every hour. So if you slept a lot, that's probably a good thing. But you're going to see that illustrated up there, and you can write about it down here. Is it important? Yes, no, tell me why. Number 2, do you think that you give yourself enough time to sleep and eat? That is a definite thing that's related directly to your health. So it's your opinion. Do you think you have enough time to do those two things? And explain whether you think you do or you don't. How much time do you think would be ideal? So are you getting what you need? Are you not? Tell me why. 3, is there anything that you did not put in your schedule that you'll have to put in the future? So, for example, many of us are seniors. We're going to be moving on to new things in the very near future, whether it's some training, some schooling, jobs, moving away, whatever it is. So, are there new things that might pop up in your schedule, say a year from now? Tell me when those things are going to start? Tell me what they are. What things or activities were you able to schedule for yourself? So I'm talking leisure time, downtime. What were you able to do to make sure you didn't burn yourself out and you were able to enjoy yourself? Do you think you have enough time for these things? Yes, no, tell me why. Number 5, how much time does traveling take up for you? So, for example, if you live in Moline and you work in Bettendorf, you got to factor travel into your day every time you go to work. On the other hand, if you live a block away from school and you're going to school, that probably doesn't take very long to get there. So, do you have long distances to go between one thing and another? How does travel impact your day? Explain. Couple more here. Is there anything you were hoping to schedule that you were unable to because you didn't have enough time? So, started school, maybe you're still doing other things that you're doing over the summer. Do you have enough time to do everything you hope to accomplish in a week, or is there things that unfortunately have to be left behind for whatever reason? If so, tell me about them. 7, is there anything you do not need to do anymore that you could cut from your schedule if some new responsibility or change arose? So, where are you going to cut time if you have a new thing jumping into your life? Do you have to cut down on your leisure time? Are you going to cut hours away from work? Are you going to reorganize when you're doing things? Something to think about, because if COVID has taught us anything, it's that life can change. And our last question here, number 8. Are there any times that you could do two things at once? So multitasking. For example, you could do a reading or an assignment while you're cooking dinner, or you could, I don't know, like watch TV while you're folding laundry. So you're getting something done, but you're also doing something fun. There's probably a lot of possibilities for this, but is there any time that you think you could take advantage of something like that? And explain. That is all for this assignment. I know it's a lot of pages, but it's really not a lot of writing per se, because a lot of it is going to be pretty repetitive in our schedules from day to day. If you encounter any issues or you have any questions, please email your teacher. They will be happy to help and modify if needed.